Yo, what's up, y'all? It's the Fried Potato. Today I'm gonna be showing y'all every place I've put my sign so far in the end. First one is gonna be this griefed base I found. It was not that significant. Second one's Fusion 09A's base. Third one's Kiwi Juice's End Temple and somewhat stash. Last but not least, we got Dot Shop's stash slash build area. I don't know. It was pretty cool. Stay till the end of the video. Well, to start off, I flew. I spawned in at the end portal and 0-0 in the end, and I just flew a direction. And, it was wherever my little heart desired is where I went. So that's what I did. I went somewhere. So I'm coming up on this base, and man, it's griefed. I wonder what they did to this thing. What did it look like before? Well, this next one is Fusion 09A's end stash. And this one is what it looked like. But this one's a little tricky because Fusion accused me of using a map exploit to triangulate the location of the base, which is not true. This is me and a bougie. I found it personally, and a bougie helped me move the materials to my stash. Well, with Fusion saying those things, it made me kind of angry. I guess you could say it kind of gave me the fuel to make this video. But here are the pictures of the inside of this stash. Well, this stash contained probably about maybe 200 dubs of items. Most of it was farmables, but there was some good, useful stuff in there. Now, there was like 6 dubs of shulker shells, which was very useful for me. I have a couple farm bases and such and such. There was also maybe like 20 dubs of fireworks, bunch of building blocks, which is great because me and my buddies will use that to build bases in the future. So yeah, it was a pretty nice find. Now this is just me coming up to the griefed base after everything ended and checking it out. It was in pretty bad condition. So yeah, Fusion showed up while I was transferring loot, and it ended in a large amount of end crystals going off, and ended in Fusion getting logged. Well, I got a little clip of Fusion here, so listen in.
Oh, Fried Potato is part of the Hunters Union. Okay, where's the base? Okay. Pickaxe. Okay, oh, there he is. My Elytra's gonna suffer here. Oh, nope, they pearled me. Oh, I'm on the wrong street.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
All right. We'll see you later. We'll give you an update.
I took everything. Well, I started getting hungry, so I went and flew out to a glitched gateway. And if you don't know anything about these glitched gateways, Kiwi Juice has been building monuments around them. But a specific group went through and glitched a bunch of gateways and allowed them to go out millions of blocks in the end. And like this specific monument was made by Kiwi Juice. There was a specific group of people that came together and decided, we're gonna try and make it further out in the end, because traveling in the end sucks. But yeah, just a little overview of this monument. This is the portal that I went through. It was pretty cool. So once I popped out of the portal, I kind of just looked around my surroundings, and I realized I'm 30 million blocks out from spawn. I'm so close to the world border that I can lick it. I can lick the world border. A little overview of all these portals, like they come all the way out here, and you can tell they're glitched because they're stacked up pretty tall. I don't know how that happens or how somebody would figure that out, but it was definitely with some sort of exploit. But yeah, I got 30 million blocks out, and I set free. I flew away.
Now, the thing about this next base is that the owner, Kiwi Juice, and I actually became friends after I stole all of his loot. Which, sometimes that's a good thing. Finding stuff and doing things. But this is me coming up on the base after I placed probably 75 withers here. The temple is still standing right now. It's pretty nice. Here are the cords. But yeah, I just kind of placed withers everywhere. There was probably a total of like 6 dubs here. It's pretty decent loot, actually. There was a couple mace kits, a lot of fireworks, a lot of obsidian and ender chests, which would be good for me as well, because I like building. But I told Kiwi that if he needs any obsidian or chests, just holler. I'll give him some. But overall, this build is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. It's a recreation of a previous build. But he said he's gonna be doing this all over the end where the gateways are.
So after I found this base, a couple days later, my buddy Pillowy Tooth then hunted the area and ended up finding this Enderman spawner, and he went a little bit further, and get this, Pillowy Tooth helped me transfer loot at Kiwi Juice's temple, and then he goes and finds this beautiful massive base. So I went ahead and I come over just to see what's going on, how massive it is. I just wanted to have some content on it. And these buildings are just amazing. This is the interior of one of the buildings. And this is the big building. This building is so massive that you have to fly around it and load all the chunks and install a mod that will hold the chunk loads so that you can see some of it. Like, it doesn't even capture the whole base. But this is Dot Shop. Dot Shop was making this. And this is a big find. Anyway, y'all, I hope you love this video. Stay tuned to The Fried Potato on YouTube, and I will have way more content like this in the future. Hope you guys take care.